Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you have ever felt a hug change your heartbeat, this video will unsettle you because what I am about to share quietly rewires attraction in seconds. Before we go deeper, subscribe to this channel and like this video because what you are learning here protects you from years of confusion. I am speaking to you as a psychologist, not to teach tricks, but to reveal why touch during a hug speaks louder than words. Most men believe attraction is created by intensity, strength, or pressure. That belief quietly sabotages them. The nervous system does not respond to force, it responds to safety mixed with confidence. A hug is not about arms, it is about timing, breath, and intention. When you hug her, her body scans one question faster than thought. Am I safe here, and am I chosen? The first mistake men make is rushing the contact. When you pull her in too fast, her body braces before her mind decides. Instead, let the space close slowly. Let her feel the approach. This gives her nervous system time to soften. That softening is attraction beginning. When your chest meets hers, your posture matters more than grip. Stand tall, relaxed, grounded, not stiff. Grounded presence tells her you are stable. Now listen carefully. The most powerful part of the hug is not the arms, it is the pause. Hold her for half a second longer than expected, not awkwardly, calmly. This pause tells her body that you are comfortable with closeness. Comfort with closeness is rare. Rare creates desire. During that pause, slow your breathing. Your breath sets the rhythm her body unconsciously follows. A slower rhythm signals security. Your hands should rest, not roam. One hand firm between her shoulder blades, the other light. Pressure should be even, not gripping. Gripping triggers evaluation. Even pressure triggers relaxation. When she relaxes, oxytocin rises. Oxytocin is the chemical of bonding. You are not forcing chemistry, you are allowing it. Finally, release first, but gently. Leaving first communicates self-control. Gentle release communicates respect. That combination lingers in her body after the hug ends. She may not know why she feels different, but she will. And that feeling changes how she sees you. This is not manipulation, it is awareness. And awareness practiced consistently becomes the quiet foundation of magnetic, healthy, lasting attraction over time naturally. Most men underestimate how much a woman's body remembers. Long after words fade, her nervous system keeps a record of how she felt in your presence. That is why the location of your touch during a hug matters more than duration. When your hand rests too high, it feels formal. Too low, it feels invasive. The space between her shoulder blades is powerful because it connects directly to feelings of being supported. Support is not weakness. Support is strength without pressure. When you place your hand there, let it arrive slowly. Sudden placement triggers alertness. Slow placement communicates intention. Intention is what separates comforting touch from forgettable touch. As your hand settles, imagine you are steadying her, not holding her. This subtle internal shift changes the micro-tension in your muscles, and her body reads that instantly. Your chest alignment is another silent signal. If your chest leans back, she feels distance. If it presses forward, she feels force. Neutral alignment says you are present without needing anything from her. That neutrality paradoxically increases attraction because desire grows when it is not demanded. There is also something men rarely hear. A hug is a conversation between nervous systems. If you are anxious, trying to impress, or hoping for validation, your body leaks that need. Her body senses it before her mind does, and attraction shuts down. Before the hug, ground yourself. Feel your feet. Slow your breath. Remind yourself you are complete with or without her response. This inner state changes the quality of the hug more than any technique. Now listen closely. The moment just before release is where attraction can quietly deepen. As you prepare to let go, slightly soften your arms instead of pulling away abruptly. This softening creates a sense of ease rather than loss. Ease is addictive. People move toward what feels easy. Do not add words immediately after. Silence allows her body to register the experience. When men rush to fill the space with talk, they interrupt the emotional imprint. Let the hug speak. If you make eye contact afterward, keep it calm and unhurried. A calm gaze after touch reinforces trust. This is not about seduction through tactics. It is about learning how to be embodied, regulated, and intentional. When you master this, women feel different around you, even if they cannot explain why. And when someone cannot explain why they feel drawn, that pull often grows stronger with time, not weaker. There is a hidden language in touch most men never notice because they treat hugs as a formality instead of a doorway into connection. Every micro movement matters. The tilt of your head, the angle of your shoulders, even the rhythm of your heartbeat. Her body reads it all. When you align your body subtly with hers, not mirroring exactly, but synchronizing enough that her nervous system recognizes safety, attraction is silently triggered. It's chemistry without words, a communication that bypasses logic and goes straight to desire. Most men try to create attraction by showing dominance or intensity. That works in movies, not in real life. Real attraction responds to presence. A hug that changes how she feels doesn't scream for attention. It whispers safety, confidence, and care. Your hand resting lightly on her back should never squeeze, pull, or push. Light pressure signals control without force. Control without force is rare. Rare is magnetic. Breathing is another element men ignore. When your chest meets hers, exhale slowly and let your breath subtly touch her. Not literally, she doesn't need to feel air, but rhythmically, your body communicates calmness. Women's bodies unconsciously follow the rhythm of men they trust. Fast, shallow breathing triggers tension. Slow, grounded breathing triggers openness. Control your breath and you influence hers without a word. Your head position matters more than you realize. Leaning slightly toward her shoulder shows care without being needy. Pulling back too soon communicates disinterest. But leaning too much can feel desperate or smothering. The middle ground, the subtle, almost imperceptible tilt, is what keeps her nervous system in that delicate state between comfort and excitement. That tension is exactly what builds magnetic attraction. Timing of the release is a psychological secret few men ever master. Let her relax slightly before you pull away. If you release too quickly, you interrupt the bonding signal her body has begun producing. If you linger too long, you create discomfort. The perfect timing, just enough to leave her feeling she wanted more, imprints your presence in her body. That imprint lingers in her mind long after you walk away. Finally, your intention must always be unselfish. When a man hugs with the hope of something in return, it changes everything. Desire is drawn to confidence that does not need validation. Be present, be grounded, be aware. This is not manipulation. This is mastery of presence, which women feel at a level words cannot describe. It is the invisible difference between being remembered and being forgotten. When you practice this consistently, every hug becomes a silent language that communicates depth, trust, and magnetic attraction without you ever saying a word. It's subtle, it's psychological, and it works because it bypasses her conscious defenses entirely. There's a truth almost no man understands. Attraction is felt before it is seen. Her body notices microsignals long before her mind does. The way your hand settles, the way your chest aligns, the way your breathing slows in unison. These are the cues that create chemistry on a subconscious level. Women's bodies track safety and intention more accurately than words ever can. A hug becomes more than a greeting. It becomes a vehicle of emotional resonance, a silent imprint she carries with her after the moment ends. Most men approach hugs as a mechanical act. Arms wrap, chest meets chest, release. That is why 80% of men fail to leave a lasting impression. Attraction is not about the mechanics. It is about the subtle tension between presence and patience, strength and ease. Your body communicates confidence not through force, but through restraint. When you hold her, resist the urge to move first. Allow her body to lean, to soften, to register that this moment is safe. That subtle patience triggers a neurochemical response she cannot articulate, but she feels it. Pressure is deceptive. Too much, and you trigger her defense system. Too little, and she cannot feel the difference. The optimal touch is firm, yet forgiving, anchored, yet gentle. Your hand between her shoulder blades is the command center, supportive, neutral, intentional. It signals stability, subtly telling her nervous system, "You are safe here. I am calm. I am steady." That reassurance, unconscious as it may be, sets the foundation for desire. Your breathing is another invisible weapon. Exhale as you hold her. Slow, deep breaths signal calm control. Her body mirrors this without conscious thought. If your heartbeat races, she will feel tension. If your pulse is grounded, she will relax. The hug becomes a silent rhythm, a connection that bypasses rational thought and implants itself directly in her emotional circuitry. Eye contact after the hug is the final signal. Hold her gaze briefly, softly, without overdoing it. The combination of grounded touch, calm presence, and measured release makes her remember you, not as a man who tried, but as a man whose very being left an imprint on her nervous system. That imprint grows quietly into desire, fascination, and curiosity. This is not manipulation. This is embodiment. This is awareness of how humans are wired for connection. When you master this, your hugs are no longer simple gestures. They become subtle statements of presence, magnetism, and emotional authority. And women remember what their body feels far longer than what their mind sees. That is the invisible power of a truly intentional hug. It changes how she experiences you. It changes how she thinks about you afterward. And if done consistently, it changes how she feels about intimacy, closeness, and attraction in ways she cannot name, but will remember forever. There's a hidden layer to touch that most men never notice because it is silent, invisible, and almost instinctual. It's called emotional resonance. When you hug a woman intentionally, your body communicates more than words ever could. Your posture, your chest alignment, the subtle angle of your head, the pressure of your hands, all of it is a language her nervous system reads. If you are unaware, you transmit anxiety, neediness, or uncertainty. If you are aware, you transmit confidence, calm, and magnetic presence. That difference is the invisible line between a forgettable hug and one that lingers in her mind long after she walks away. One of the most overlooked elements is microtiming. It's not about holding her for a set number of seconds. It's about reading her subtle cues, her breathing, her softening, the shift of her weight. When she unconsciously leans in, slow your release. That split-second recognition communicates awareness and attunement. Awareness is rare. Rare is attractive. Most men do not notice these signals. They hug and pull away without realizing her body was inviting them to stay, to anchor, to create subtle intimacy. That is why intentional timing matters more than strength, size, or charm. Your hands carry silent authority. The one on her shoulder blade should remain grounded but light. The other should rest somewhere safe and natural, not wandering, not gripping. Movement is energy. Sudden or invasive movements trigger alertness. Gentle, deliberate, intentional placement triggers relaxation. Her nervous system instantly distinguishes between threat and comfort. An attraction is born in comfort, mingled with subtle tension. The tension arises naturally because desire exists in the space between safety and excitement. Breath synchronization is another secret most men never master. When you exhale as you hug, her nervous system mirrors your rhythm. Slow, grounded exhalation signals calmness, presence, and emotional stability. Fast, shallow breathing signals need or urgency, which kills attraction. Your breath sets the tempo of connection, and it speaks louder than words ever could. Finally, the release is critical. Do not pull away abruptly. A soft, gentle disengagement leaves a trace in her body, a lingering sensation of security and magnetism. Pair this with a calm, confident gaze afterward, and you have created a memory her body will remember. Attraction is not just visual. It is visceral. It lives in the nerves, muscles, and heartbeat. And when you master this, a single hug can leave her thinking about you long after the moment has passed. This is not a trick. It is presence, awareness, and understanding how human connection works on a level most men never even perceive. The hug becomes a statement, steady, confident, magnetic, and unforgettable. That is how you touch her in a way that changes everything. Now let's reveal the part most men never even realize exists, the psychological imprint a hug leaves. When you hug her intentionally, you are not just touching skin. You are speaking to her subconscious. Every microsignal, pressure, rhythm, alignment, timing, records in her nervous system. Later, she may not remember exactly how it happened, but she will feel it. That feeling is what creates lingering attraction. It's subtle, invisible, and far more powerful than anything said or shown. The real magic happens when you combine presence with restraint. Too many men think they need to overwhelm her with energy, charm, or intensity. That creates tension and resistance. But when you ground yourself, regulate your body, and touch intentionally, you communicate security, calm, and confidence. These qualities are rare and therefore magnetic. She does not need to think about them. They register automatically. Her body tracks safety, stability, and subtle intention long before her mind can process it. That is why the right hug can alter how she perceives you instantly. Micro-adjustments matter more than brute strength. A slight tilt of your head, a softer touch, or a half-second pause before release can shift her experience entirely. When your hand rests lightly on her back, she feels both support and choice. The tension created by that choice, the "do I want this closeness" tension, is what drives attraction. You are not forcing feelings. You are allowing her body to respond naturally. Understanding this difference is what separates men who are forgettable from men who are unforgettable. Your breath is another silent but crucial weapon. Deep, slow exhalation during the hug signals calm and control. Women unconsciously mirror this. Fast, shallow breathing communicates anxiety and need. Subtle control of your rhythm tells her nervous system you are grounded, present, and safe. That microsynchrony creates a connection that feels effortless and magnetic. Finally, how you end the hug is critical. Do not pull away suddenly, and do not linger awkwardly. A gentle, smooth release combined with a confident, calm gaze leaves an imprint she will carry. It's the delicate balance between connection and autonomy. Your body has just spoken a language her nervous system cannot ignore. When she walks away, she will think of you, not consciously, but through the echo of sensation you created. That echo becomes fascination. That echo becomes desire. That echo becomes the beginning of an invisible bond that pulls her toward you naturally. This is not manipulation. This is mastery of presence, touch, and subtle psychology. When executed correctly, a single hug changes how she experiences you forever. It shifts perception, creates emotional resonance, and makes you unforgettable. That is the true power of intentional touch. Now let's bring it all together. Because this is where most men fail. Most hugs leave no trace, but the right hug leaves a lasting imprint on her body and mind. It's not about technique alone, it's about embodiment, your posture, your breath, your hands, your timing, your gaze. They all combine into a silent language that communicates confidence, safety, and desire without a single word. When done correctly, she feels it immediately, even if she can't explain why. Presence is the foundation. If you approach the hug with anxiety, neediness, or overthinking, every micro-signal your body sends screams, "I am unsure." Her nervous system picks up on that instantly, and attraction shuts down. Instead, ground yourself first. Feel your feet on the floor. Slow your breath. Remind yourself, your value is inherent. You are not here to convince her. Your presence alone is enough. That shift in energy changes everything. Touch is the amplifier. One hand resting gently on her back, the other safe and light, communicates support and security. The way your chest aligns, the subtle tilt of your head, and the micro pause before release all combine into a visceral message. You are steady, intentional, and confident. That combination bypasses her conscious defenses and speaks directly to her desire circuitry. She may not say anything, but her body registers it. That registration is what turns a simple hug into magnetic attraction. Breathing syncs the connection. Deep, calm exhalation from you invites her nervous system to mirror it. Her body relaxes, softens, and opens subtly. That is where desire begins. Not in words, not in clever lines, but in the subconscious recognition that you are a man who is emotionally present, grounded, and in control. It is quiet, invisible, and powerful. Finally, release correctly. A soft, intentional disengagement paired with a calm gaze imprints memory. She leaves the hug thinking about you in a way she can't rationalize. That echo lingers, deepening attraction over time. Women remember how a man makes them feel far longer than what he says. Every hug becomes an emotional footprint, and the right footprint changes everything. Master this, and a simple hug is no longer ordinary. It becomes a tool of presence, trust, and magnetic attraction. It changes the way she experiences intimacy, closeness, and desire, without manipulation, without pressure, only with awareness, embodiment, and psychology. This is the secret men overlook, the quiet truth women feel, and the subtle art that separates unforgettable men from the rest. A hug, when done with intention, becomes your silent signature, one she cannot forget.